Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Alpincolli. I am an Evo 200 with Evolution and Archer Travel, and today I'm going to be the host for Social Media What to Post. So I like to do this training in the beginning of the month because a lot of you guys need to start, if you don't already, get to start planning out your calendar because it makes it way easier. Um, I have to, oh, okay, I got you. It makes it way easier to kind of figure out what you're going to post, later on and to kind of keep up and organize because you don't want to sit down and be like, oh, what am I going to post today? What am I going to post today? You'll drive yourself crazy. Somebody asked me in the chat. Now, this is a live session, so I will be answering questions if you're watching this recording, but someone just asked me in the chat, where will this recording be? They have a work meeting. It's okay. I got you. So it will always be listed on Travel with Ash is my YouTube channel. You can easily search that on YouTube and I'll list it in the chat as well. But Travel with Ash is where all my trainings will be found. So if you do happen to catch this on recording and you want to watch others, that's where it will be. Okay. Now, before we get started, as always, I like to introduce myself in case this is your first time on one of my trainings. Like I said, my name is Ashley Albencolly. I have been with Evolution Archer for over a year and a half. I am a top presenter, leader, travel slash mentorship trainer. I specialize in marketing, mentoring, and destination weddings. I love to learn about all niches and how to market them. So if you have one of those niches where you're like, man, I don't know how to get started on this marketing, like the last part says, I'm always here if you guys need help. Any tips and tricks that I can help you guys with, I'm definitely here for that. So feel free to send me a DM whenever, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you find me on, and just ask me a question if you guys need help, okay? So let's get started. So the topic outline for today, we are going to talk about what type of content, where to post it, and then tips and tricks, okay? Now, for me, the biggest thing that really gets me kind of, I would say, not necessarily just leads, but helps build my social media in general is going to be content, content, content. Okay. And I'm not talking post like 6, 7 times a day, but the more that you get on consistent posting, it really, really helps build your, not only your followers, but builds your clients' trust. Okay. How many times have you guys ever went to a company page and you're thinking about using the company and all you see is a blank website? Right? When you see that, when you see nothing posted, when you see nothing relevant on there, it's going to make you kind of nervous to work with that company because they're not active, right? So that has an effect also in the travel industry. They like to see what you're posting, and it doesn't have to be deals, it doesn't have to be really anything. It can just be simple conversations, but interacting with your community is going to be one of your crucial parts to getting clients and keeping them. Okay. So, what works? Right now, I'm about to go over several different types of content that I know that works. Okay. These are really hot, popular things. And in this, I'm going to tell you guys where I kind of post it and when I go through each one. And I have actual examples of what you should post exactly. Okay. I've had a lot of good hits lately on a few of my social media pages. So I'm going to show you guys what's working right now and how to make sure that it's working when you post it. Okay. So, first part, what works is travel basics. Destinations with enticing captions engage with audience by asking questions at the end. I have an example of it, but essentially, like this picture right here on the right, that makes you want to go to the beach, right? With Christmas coming up, I like to find very beautiful places that have Christmas. So, for example, Paris, they have the most beautiful like pictures for Christmas time. So I will use that to my advantage. Anywhere that whatever season it is, I want them to not enjoy the coldness, I want them to go to the beach. Make sure that the destinations that you're picking and the pictures that you're picking have like a beautiful like awe statement, okay? The captions, you have to pull them in with the captions. You can't just say, "All right, book with me." All right, DM me for a quote. It has to be something to grab their attention. And then at the end of it, this is the best way to get the engagement. Ask the questions. Like, and I'll show you an example, but just simple like, what's your favorite place to go for Christmas? Or what's your Christmas plans? Or have you booked Christmas already? Something like that to get them talking. Okay. When I do my deals, I try to do the deals that are at least 2 months out, but don't go too far out. Okay. I have this thing with my agents where when they first start out, they start booking all of these trips, right? But with a lot of times, agents want what we call instant gratification. So as soon as they sign up, they expect that booking, they expect the money, they expect this, right? And all of you probably are going through the same thing. So what happens is that if you're booking those trips that are not till March, February, or what, spring break, etc., you guys aren't going to get instant gratification. Why? Because you're not going to get paid 30 to 60 days after those trips unless you do that instantly, commission, right? So noting that, it's important that you guys understand that whatever you're marketing is when you're going to get paid. So if you're constantly marketing trips for next year, you're going to get paid next year, right? So for me, I like to set myself up 2 months out. And I started this in the beginning when I first started marketing. So I will do deals that are at least 2 months out, but not too far out. Okay. If I do a deal that far out, then I have to acknowledge with myself, I'm not getting paid till 30 to 60 days after that trip. Okay. Work with the seasons. Right now, it's good time to plan anything from Thanksgiving to summer. Okay. In between Thanksgiving, we have what? We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have New Year's. And then after that, we have Mother's Day. Don't forget Mother's Day. Mother's Day cruises are very hot, very easy to sell out. We have um, Valentine's Day. You can easily plan a weekend getaway for somebody for Valentine's Day. We have spring break, okay? And everybody's spring break is different. So you have different weeks that you can plan out certain stuff. And then you have summer, okay? So there's a lot in between that. Don't forget these seasons because these seasons are, this is honestly some of the hottest times for travel right now. And this in between is the planning phase for most people's travel for next year. So it's very important that you guys kind of zone in on what you can plan now and how far you should go out when it goes to marketing. Destinations, okay, this is my example. I have already posted this on my TikTok or my Instagram. It says destinations galore with summer planning. Okay, so this is a picture of Europe. And this is exactly what I did. So imagine this, you're in a foreign city and there's a last minute itinerary change or flight cancellation. There it is. That's the enticing caption. Okay. I want them to be like, oh my God, could you imagine being in the city and you don't know, like you have a last minute itinerary change? This is why, or this is where having a travel agent becomes absolutely necessary. So spring and summer are going to be very busy in Europe, and you're going to want to have someone on deck who can throw a lifeline if needed. Something like that is very, very good. Okay. It does continue down. I have more written here, but I cut off. But at the end, I end it with a question like, who's ready to get started with booking or something. But I create a whole entire scenario for them so they can see why. Why do we need to book with Ash? What's important with booking with Ash? This is important. This is why you need to book with me. And I put a beautiful caption, right, with a beautiful picture to catch their eye. It's not something salesy, it's not something boring. I don't plan on getting a booking from this. This is not what I posted this for. Okay. When I post something like this, if I get a booking for Europe, oh, absolutely great. But my idea here is to build trust with my clients. They need to see why they need to book with me. Okay. On average, you've probably heard me if you've been in one of my trainings, but on average, they have to touch contact with you sometimes almost 8 times before they buy with you. And that's not meaning they have to actually talk to you, but they need to see you almost 8 times before they buy with you. And that's people that you don't know. Okay. So noting that, I need to give them 8 different reasons why they should book with me. And here's one of them. Okay. Now, moving next, breakdown. Breakdown all things travel in your niche. You guys know I'm very familiar with the buyer's process. When it comes to travel booking in the buyer's process, it's not just a one and done situation. We are mostly responsible for not only booking the trip for them, but for delivering that customer service throughout the entire trip, right? So, considering that your guys' buyers, if you have a certain niche for cruises, their buying process will be different for somebody who does all inclusive, resorts. So, noting that, I like to stop and hone in on different parts of each of the buyer's process, whether it comes to deciding where to go. planning on how to get there, the different things that you'll need in that planning, your packing list, your itineraries that you can possibly have, the type of destinations that you can go to, like all of these types of things you want to hit on. That that just going through that process alone is like one of the best ways that you can get all of those hits from the 8 times they have to see you. You could easily cover all of them right there in eight posts, right? So all things travel slash your niche. Tips, travel tips and hacks are clients' favorite, and they're easily shared. One time I shared one about flights, like how you should pick your flights on Tuesdays and Thursdays and not book them on a Saturday, right? And they shared that with everybody. Why? Because those are simple things that we know as travel agents, but they don't know. Okay. Things like when we're booking and we can't find the right price. What do we know? Well, if they're flexible with the dates, I could probably change the price. So being flexible with your dates can normally save you $200 or $300. So posting something like that, they will easily share because they want everybody else to know that. Okay. I do a lot of travel insurance um, tips with mine because people don't book travel insurance and it drives me insane. But then they will come to me when things go wrong and they'll be like, "Oh, what do I do?" Well, you should have did travel insurance in the first place. So I'm a very heavy advocate for travel insurance and I share it a lot on my social media on why they should have it. A picture with the caption is great. Start, right? But do not be afraid to turn it into a reel for more views. Right now, I'll show you guys my TikTok is doing very well. I haven't boosted anything. I don't know why, but some videos do really well and some of them don't. But the reels are getting more of a reach. I will be honest with you, reels are getting more of a reach than a picture with a caption. Why people like to scroll and not think. And when you put a picture with a caption, they have to read. So that means they have to stop. They don't like that. But if they're watching a video, they don't have to think about what they're doing. They're just watching it. So that is what really gets the views and it reaches more people because people watch videos more than they read pictures. Okay. Now, one thing that I like to bring into my travel as well is something that I don't think a lot of you guys think about is not only showing them the travel, but you guys need to start showing them the culture and the cuisine that's behind it. Okay. Give them reasons to want to go to that country. And I have a really good video I'll show you guys later on. But you want to get into that mindset of taking them there and painting a picture on why they should go there. That is going to be one of the best ways for you to close out a client, especially if you're working on a deal already. And let's just say, for example, you're working on a deal and they don't know if they want to go there. Show them the restaurants, show them what they can experience while they're there. And you want to take that and do that in your marketing as well. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, sorry. My baby decided to cry right at this exact moment. All right, so continuing on. So, travel tips. What are your travel tips? We've got flights. Flights are probably one of the most hottest tips that you can talk about because everybody books flights. Talking about when to book, talking about the perfect planning, the packing list, any of those kind of tips. I like to share them once a week. Those really get shared a lot, and a lot of people will read them. So you'll get a more of a reach that way. Um, Basically, though, you'll just want to keep it too brief. Don't go too much in the details for the travel tips, okay? Because sometimes they will disagree with you. But a sample post. So the most expensive travel mistakes that I see people make. Okay, now this is just one that you guys, if you want to take it, you can type it up yourself. But this is an example. So not purchasing travel insurance or booking the least expensive flight or and then the least flexible flight, eating only at expensive restaurants. Okay, so these are some examples. And then in that post, you'll list whatever they do that you don't like. That's the most expensive travel tip. And then underneath it, you list how to fix it. Okay. Talk about how and why they can avoid making these mistakes. And then at the bottom, here's the how you get the continuance of them wanting to see you. I have more travel tips coming your way next week. Hit the like button and stay tuned for more. That's how you're going to keep them coming in with the travel tips. Okay. You always have something to follow through and I always tell you guys, I'm gonna probably say it later on, but when you're posting, make sure you're posting with a purpose. So what is the purpose of me doing this? Now it looks like I'm doing it to give them travel mistakes, tips, right? But if you look at the bottom right here, I'm getting them to like, I'm getting engagement. That's what that post is doing, right? It builds consistency and it builds trust, but it's also going to get that engagement, which is going to help build your following as well. Does more than one thing. Okay. So holiday posts are hot right now. This is one of them I just threw in here, but I had a really good reaction from this post. Give the gift of travel. Okay. You guys need to use these holidays to your advantage. There will be a lot of people who would rather go on vacation for Christmas than to spend money on presents. So use that to your advantage. So I said holiday shopping for your family. He/she is a side window seat in a beach lounger. Thinking about going beyond and being the best family member this Christmas? Ask me how I can help you give the gift of the perfect trip this year. See how we do that? So doing this is, yes, of course, I want them to book with me, right? This is a sales post, technically, but I'm capturing them in their emotions and I'm capturing it on the seasons. This is a great way to market if you want to get a booking within the next 2 months, because that's what this is going to be, right? I'm going to be either booking in November or December, and I'll be getting my payout in January. So that's what that marketing technique is going for. Okay. I always say okay. I'm sorry. It's like my word. I keep finding myself saying it. So engagement. Like I said, consider the buyer's process. Sharing an interactive content a few times a week. Interactive content is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in a second. But create a travel vlog with sample itineraries. A lot of you guys like to do, like, a lot of you are afraid to get in front of the camera, and I am the exact same way. Okay, where I have my friend Precious Carol, she's also a um, team leader. She will get right in front of the camera and stick her face right in the middle of TikTok, and she will start talking, and I'm like, girl, I can't do that. Okay, it's okay. I have a solution for those who can't do that. It's not. I'm not alone on this. I know there's others who are like, no, we're not getting on TikTok. So I have a solution for that, but you still can be able to create a travel vlog with sample itineraries and take them on the trip. That's what they really like to see. Frequently asked questions about your niche and travel. So these parts right here is going to help you zone in on the buyer's process. When you get the question of, oh, what's the cheapest way to do this, this, and this, make a video about it. Share a caption in a post. Something like that is what's going to help bring them into the engagement factor. So, getting engagement. Here's an example post again. What's your favorite travel routine? So, the day before you travel, you'll find me, whatever you want to put, packing last minute, double checking my passport and travel documents, something like that. And then when my clients are traveling, I check them in for their flights, check in to make sure that they're ready, call ahead at the hotel to make sure that they're welcomed properly, and something like that. Okay. So, you're doing two things here. First, you're getting engagement because you're asking them a question, but you're also selling yourself on something that you do for your clients that makes you extraordinary. So you're doing two things at one time. Then at the bottom, remember I say, ask a question. So what's the one thing you do to prep for travel? Now, at first, guys, if you don't have a lot of following, you might not get any engagement off of this, okay? But don't think that they don't see it. I think that was the biggest thing for me is because with social media, you can't expect that instant gratification, especially when you're first starting. Even if I were to post this, even if I don't get engagement on it, I'm still engaging. And that's what's important here, right? We can't just start posting on social media and like, let's get leads. We're going to get leads. We're just going to get it. That's not the whole point of social media. The social media is to establish yourself, to build consistency, and to build trust. That's what gets you leads. That's what gets you clients. Okay. So, continuing on, another one. I have a video. Remember how I told you guys if you don't want to get in front of the camera, this is what you can do. Let me play it again because it went very fast. So that's taking them on a trip to Europe. That's all this is a bunch of pictures or videos put together of the different parts of Europe. That's one of the best ways you can do a sample vlog. You can take that to the Caribbean. Now, where do I get this stuff to do this? This is Canva. I just got a bunch of people like that one right there is just two girls drinking wine together or whatever that is. They don't have to know that's not Europe. But show them what they can do there, show them what they can learn, show them what they can eat, show them that what they can see. That's a travel vlog. That's all you need to do. It doesn't have to be with your face. You can even do a voiceover and record yourself. You can change the voice after you record it and be like, all right, let's take a trip to Europe. Here we are. This is our first stop today. We're here and we're going to experience this. Set up your sample itineraries for the stuff that you're planning and show them. All right, well, let's take a trip. Let's say if you book one for the all-inclusive, let's say we go to Rio. All right, so let's take an all-inclusive trip to Rio. Here's the hotel that you're going to be staying at. This is what it's going to look like. This is what you can do while you're there. That really, really sells people because they know that you're full into the planning and that they can trust you with every part of the trip. Not only that, but it creates a picture. And that's what helps close the deal. Creating a picture of showing them what they can do will really help close the deal. Now, traveling do's and don'ts. So a lot of these I do throughout the week. I have different types of videos for it, but the things I wish I knew before I took my first cruise. Simple, simple like this, and then put in your tip afterwards, right? Paying the gratuities up front. Definitely would have done that because gratuities can raise. Sometimes they raise it at the end. So something like that would work perfectly. Whatever your niche is, take that and turn it into what you know. You want to come off as an expert. So by posting traveling do's and don'ts, you can tell them, all right, well, she knows what she's doing because she's already done that. She said, don't do it again. Right. So make sure you're taking that to an advantage when it comes to your specific niche and knowing every part of it. Now, one of the most important things that you guys need to post on, what to post right here. Most important is going to be why they should book with you. Every time I finish out a post, I try to put somewhere in there on why it's important to have a travel agent because people don't necessarily realize how important it is to have a travel agent until it's too late. So it's important for you to share with them to build trust, confidence, to make them want to book with you on why they should book with you, right? So build trust with that consistency. When you're consistently posting, that's what's building that trust because they can see you. Have you ever heard of that saying, out of sight, out of mind? As soon as they don't see you, they don't think about you. But if they're constantly seeing you, it's going to be that one person's like, oh, yeah, I just saw Betty post on travel. I've been meaning to get with her to book this trip. That's how that happens. Okay. Tell them what you offer. You have to go in details about what you offer, whether it be just the planning service. We offer travel insurance. You can talk about that. You can talk about the customer service that you delivered during the trip. You can talk about any of the deals that you have going on right now, how they can save money with booking with you. Any of that works, but make sure you're talking about yourself and what you can offer. Don't make it sound salesy. Just make it sound like you're doing them a favor. Okay. Do a giveaway and promo each month. I highly, highly suggest this. Even if you guys, a lot of you might not have vouchers, okay? I'm very fortunate to where our platinum gives us vouchers. So check with your platinum and see if they have vouchers, okay? But if they don't, you guys can still do a giveaway or promo. So look at the deals on Vax is how I do a lot of that. Like when I'm going to do my mock bookings, I will go, what is the one that's going 20% off right now? 25%, whatever they have. You can use that for your giveaway or your promo, right? Book with me and you get 25% off. You can leave it just at that. You don't have to go any more details. Don't put the price in there. It can be something simple as, all right, for booking at Sandals this month, they are doing 30% off. You don't have to say that they're doing it. Say that you're doing it. Book with me, get 30% off for Sandals this month. Something like that. Okay. Tell them what type of trips that you are booking. This is very, very important. I have a whole video on it. I don't know if I put it in here. If not, I'll show it to you guys. But I always like to remind them of what the kind of types of trips that I'm booking. Why? You guys have to understand, and I'm so thankful that Charles Lee said this to me. A while back, I was going through kind of like a stump when it comes to getting clients. Like I just kind of like it just stopped. And I was like, what is going on here? And I was in a power hour with Charles Lee, and he said, you have to market to the clients that you want. Okay. And I know that sounds like basic, but I found myself trying to get the cheapest deal, trying to get the cheapest flight, trying to get the budget friendly bookings because that's what I do. That's how my mindset is set up. I have 4 kids, so I'm always trying to save a dollar, right? But that doesn't mean that my clients are. And that's not the kind of clients that I want. I want a client with the big roller. I want the client that's like, nah, 15 grand, go book a vacation. Let me know what you find. That's what we all want, right? So we have to stop marketing to the clients that aren't giving me any money. So when I started doing my mock bookings after I heard that, I said, let me check how much commission I'm getting. And I set a standard for myself. I said, I will not make any less than $300 per trip. If it's less than $300, I'm not doing it. Now, if you're new, you might not do that. You might set it a little bit lower. But what was I doing? I was setting the expectation for the type of clients that I want. Now, noting that I want the clients that book $15,000 vacations, I need to market that. So I need to stop showing deals that were $1,500 per person, right? Ooh, good, great. But how much money is that actually making? Nothing. Okay, that's great. I booked your trip. I made 125 bucks. Fantastic. But I would rather show clients the $3,000, $4,000 trips because not all of them think like us. They're not trying to save a dollar. They've got money. They want to go on the best vacation ever. So let me show them that best vacation. Does that make sense to you guys? That's what Charles Lee meant when he said, market to the clients that what clients you want. Don't market to the people that are on budgets unless that's what you want. So that really, really clicked for me. So it's important that I tell my clients, hey, no, we're going to Bali, we're going to Dubai. We're not going to Cancun. We need to spend some money. Okay. And I'm gonna make more money in the process. So here's an example of why they should book with me. I, first of all, always sell myself. Even if I did actually book a Royal Caribbean cruise, but even if I didn't book a Royal Caribbean cruise, I'm gonna tell them I did. I don't care. They don't need to know what I'm doing. That's not their business, right? I'm not gonna put the client's name in there. But I did just happen to book one right before I posted this. And I said, just booked another Royal Caribbean cruise. This has to be my favorite cruise line. I do love Royal Caribbean, I'm not gonna lie. Why book with me instead of direct? So if you guys walked through my Royal Caribbean walkthrough yesterday, if you guys haven't seen it, it's up on my YouTube. But in my Royal Caribbean walkthrough, I basically went over that on certain cruises, they will give you a $50 onboard credit for booking with a travel agent, whereas if they were to book online, it doesn't happen. So with me, every cruise that I've booked so far, they get a $50 onboard credit for each cabin room, right? And I haven't found one that's not like that, but I know if it's like within 30 days, it doesn't work that way. So I will easily tell a client, no, not within 30 days. You have to book it further out if you want the $50 credit. I don't care. All right. As well, you can reserve with a payment with no payment due up front. If you go on Royal Caribbean website, they have to do their deposits due up front that day when they do the booking. As to where when they book with us, they have 7 days to make their deposit. So that's my number one seller for Royal Caribbean. Finally, booking with me, I give a voucher. So I have a book a trip, get a trip kind of voucher deal going on. So what are you waiting for? Do you guys see why they should book with me for Royal Caribbean? Does that something like that gives you guys the, oh, well, I definitely want to book with her, right? And then they can go and do the Royal Caribbean booking on their own, and then they're gonna see, well, I don't get any of that, and then they're gonna come right back to me, right? Now the Royal Caribbean video that I have right here, I got this off of Evolution Archer Travel Cafe. I downloaded it. It's one of their free marketing videos. So I don't have to go too deep into the marketing. I let them do the work for me, and I just put a nice little caption with it. Okay. Next. Also, not only why they should book with you, but why should they book with a travel agent? These are totally two different things. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because now I just told them why they should book directly with me. Okay. But that doesn't cover on why they should use a travel agent. You guys need to take a couple of days out of your content calendars, planners, and make sure you hit a hard emphasis on why it's important to use a travel advisor. So, share what we do, tell them the benefits of booking with an agent, the different types of trips you can book, and then customer testimonials, and also show your certifications. So, coming off as an expert with the certifications, testimonials, that's going to be the reviews. That's giving them the validation that you know what you're doing, right? The benefits of booking. We always say, and I'm sure you've heard it before, clients don't come to us for bookings because they can book anywhere. They can book on Expedia. They don't come to us for bookings. Okay. They come to us because we're going to give them the best customer service. We're going to help them. We're going to do the work for them. And not only that, but it's someone that they can trust. And let's just say if we do just get happen to get them a good deal on it, which we hope so, right? So let's say they're able to save money with us, that's even a better perk. But the most basic essential part of it is customer service. So tell them that. Let me tell you what happens when you book with a travel agent. This is what you get. And then I also like to point out sometimes when I do these is when they make mistakes. People don't realize how costly mistakes are. We can't make mistakes in our job, right? So I always tell them, oh, a good percentage of you guys might make a mistake, and I put a percentage in there. So any types of benefits on why they should book with a travel agent, and then also why they should book with you is really going to help you out. Let's look at an example. Oh, this one's got music. This was an Instagram post. So sample post on why to use a travel agent. Now you can change these, but here's a good idea for you. 3 signs you need a travel advisor. First one, you're not interested in the overwhelm of having to plan and coordinate a trip on your own. That's number one reason people want to book with us right there. They don't want to do the work. We got you. You want to be confident that whatever you book will check all of your boxes. That's our job, right? We're making sure that that's exactly what they want for their vacation is all filled out. You want support at every stage of the travel process, planning plus while you travel. That's a big one. That's customer service. So I hit all 3 points in one post, right? But that's something simple that you guys can do. This helps build that trust and consistency and makes them realize, you know what? You won't get that with Expedia. You won't be able to get that if you go book with Expedia. Call the 1-800 number, right? So tips and tricks for social media. Oh, okay. So let's go. Using Meta Business Suite Calendar to plan and see what followers are most active. I can show you guys mine, but right now, that after you guys start posting consistently and you start getting a feed, like a feel for your followers, Meta Business Suite will actually tell you when your followers are most active on Instagram and on Facebook. So a lot of the times I will make sure I hit that. No matter what I'm posting, I will make an extra post just to hit that active time frame. Okay. I always suggest planning at least 2 weeks out. If you don't go any earlier or if you go any sooner than that, you're still going to find yourself lost in the sauce when it comes to planning. Try to set up a month, but if you can't, that's okay. Just do 2 weeks. Sit down 30 minutes um, at one of your days and just start planning content. Get tips and ideas from other people's Instagrams if you want. If you see like something that works on somebody else's, don't copy it exactly, but it's okay. It's not going to make a difference when it comes to who gets what. There's so many people that travel, so we all can eat here, right? So use different types of content throughout the week. Now, a lot of times I see people love to use Branch Up, okay? Branch Up is great. I like Branch Up, but you can't just use Branch Up. Branch Up can't be the only thing that's marketing for you. Oh, I got you. I got you. So I'm gonna butcher your name. I always butcher your name, but you always come to my trainings, and I love you for that. Akila? Oh, no, I didn't butcher. That was correct. She said, do you have pics on your social media or just pics of traveling? So yeah, I'll show you a little bit of what I got going on my social media. Okay. But yes, she's right. Do we have just pictures or does it pictures of me? Yeah, you guys can do both. User generated content is very, very, it's great. If you can show yourself traveling and you're a travel agent, more the merrier. Okay. Show them simple things. I don't care if you go to the beach and you're just like, oh, look at me at the beach. They don't have to know where you are. Right. A traveling travel agent is fantastic. So yes, definitely show pictures of yourself. But make sure that you guys are when you're doing your content planning, you don't want to just post the same thing over and over. Don't do 6 captions in a row. You want to do a caption, a picture with a caption, do a reel, do a carousel. Do we know what carousels are? Um, Carousels, they're very, very popular. They get a lot of views on TikTok. Oh, I got it right. Awesome. Okay, so carousels are very, very popular on TikTok, and a lot of people don't know how to use them. But basically, you just upload the photos and you select 3 or 4 photos, and they can swipe through it. This keeps people on your TikTok, like because they want to read what's on the picture. A lot of the time when I post cruise deals, I'll post them as a carousel so they can see the itinerary and then they can see the price and then they can see what it looks like when they go on the cruise. And they have to scroll through that, which means they're getting what? Views. That means that they're reading it, they're scrolling through it. So I really, really like carousels. Mock bookings are great. I try to do at least one mock booking a week. I don't really have to push out so many mock bookings. A lot of people like to do them like every other day. You can if you want, but the mock booking is just a scenario, right? And we don't want to just feed our clients with scenarios of what they can do, right? Which is great, but we want to go into more of a depth situation of connecting with our client. And how do we do that? Pictures with captions, reels. It's all a part of a process. Okay. Post consistently to reach more followers. I highly suggest at least doing every other day. I know it's a pain to post on social media, and I know it can be frustrating when it's like not popping off right away. But how do you guys know like the ones that are popping off, the ones like who have all these followers, guys, they were consistent. That didn't happen overnight. They had to build it just like we are. So you guys have to be consistent with the posting. Use viral music / popular hashtags to get more views. I can show you a prime example. I made a mock booking last night for a Halloween deal, and I'll show it to you guys in a second. It was on my TikTok, and I did not boost it. I didn't do anything with it. And with that post, I got almost over 2,000 views right now because I used the viral Halloween music. Something simple like that, right? Hashtags are very, very important. You guys need to check and see. I use ChatGPT. I'll ask ChatGPT, what's the most popular hashtag for travel agents? And they update every day. So I try to get that. That will really help bring in different views and keywords as well. it can help you. Okay. Amanda says, how do you find trending music on your business pages like Instagram and Facebook? So it'll say on the Facebook, and Facebook is limited to commercial sounds if you're a business. Okay. So how do I do that? I'll explain it to you. So I go in and I will create my video on Canva, right? I will leave it with no music whatsoever. So then I will go into my TikTok. I will create the video on TikTok, put the viral sound behind it because TikTok will tell you the most viral music at all times. They literally have a whole category that says viral sound. So I will pick the music in there, do whatever kind of editing I want in there. And then when you go to post on TikTok, you save it to your device. Then you take that saved video and you post it everywhere else. Does that make sense? Somebody wrote something and then it disappeared. That was weird. Okay. Oh yes, thanks. What do you start the video with? I got you. I'll show you the video I did last night. But you have to have something enticing. You have to capture their views, guys, because if not, they will keep scrolling. Okay. Even if they don't see it, if they just view it on your TikTok, it's counts as a view. So you don't want them to keep scrolling. And I'll show you one that I just did. But hit all parts of the buyer's process and not just post deals. So I'll show you guys a little bit of what I did. I think I'm almost done with this, and then I'll show you where we at. There we are. Post with a purpose. Okay. I'll show you guys my TikTok at the end. Don't worry. Each time you post, think about what you want from the post and how you can achieve it. Do not post random material because it can confuse clients. That's the issue I have with Branch Up. I personally don't use Branch Up because it just became too overwhelming for me. And I don't like that they post so many times a day. But if you like Branch Up, you can limit how many times they post and you can limit what they post. If you're marketing a niche for, let's just say, cruises, that's your niche. You don't want them to post pictures of people in Bali. That's not what you're going for. That's going to throw your algorithm off. You have to make sure that what you're posting is the same consistent idea over and over and over, but in different forms. So when it comes to Branch Up, if they post a celebrity cruises, deal, that's perfect. But make sure you guys are checking to make sure they post because if not, they just start posting crazy. Okay. So a lot of the times I get questions about the travel agent, why to book. Here's the 5 reasons. I took this off of Google. Okay. Take it off, copy it, whatever, that's fine. This is what I write. And I actually got 2 bookings from this alone. So listen to this. Why book with Travel with Dash? I always say people don't book with me for booking, but they can book anywhere. They book with me for amazing customer service. Using a travel agent can transform your travel experience from ordinary to extraordinary. As a certified expert, I take the stress out of planning, ensuring that every detail is meticulously, I don't know that word, curated to match your unique desires and needs. And then I go on with my insider knowledge. This is important. I post this something like this at least once a week because they need a reminder. Okay. Use different pictures, make your own pictures, but I want to sell myself and I sell my company. I don't just sell why book with me. I buy book with Travel with Ash. As much as I can get that Travel with Ash in there, I want it in their brain. I want them to remember Travel with Ash. So I hit that word, that company name, I hit it as much as I can. I don't say book with just me, book with Travel with Ash. Okay.
That idea
Oh,
is
yes.
literally the greatest idea I
Okay, well, let me start it over. He says, me booking at flights at 6 a.m. so I can beat the crowd. And this is what he says.
That idea is literally the greatest idea I have ever heard in my life. That idea is terrible.
And then it says, me waking up at 3 a.m. to get to the airport on time. That idea is terrible. Okay, it's funny, but it's still travel related, right? So, in between all of that, in between your mock bookings, your carousels, whatever, don't be afraid to keep it light and fun. A lot of times people like to come off like salesmen and they go real hard on the salesman part. Okay. But you will see the pages that are most successful are the ones that are a little bit more relaxed. So you can share travel memes, humor posts about travel, anything like that is a great way to connect with your client. It's also a great way to get a lot of shares. People will share a lot of this right here. This is funny. This will be shared. Connection and trust is key to getting clients. Customer service speaks louder than just posting deals. And showing them fun and humor in the booking process is really good too, because we all know that booking is stressful. So if we can take a little bit of humor out of it, that's what's going to help connect with them as well. Okay. All right. So I'm done with the important part of the presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go take a look at what all you guys wanted to see, right? So a question I had real quick before I continue is what do you start the video with? So I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to pull up my TikTok and come on, I have a couple of TikToks. Here we are. All right. So you're going to see this right here. This followers and likes drive me insane. If you're a company profile, don't base your whole life off of this, okay? Because you see the views that I'm getting, you see the reach that I'm getting, right? So where's my sound? Oh, did I have it muted? I have no sound. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, hold on. Let me start it over. This is what I did for Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul. Still you're doomed tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shiver in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. We're so sorry, skeletons, you're so misunderstood. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. Cause spooky, scary skeletons shout startling, shrilly scream. They'll sneak from their sarcophagus and just won't let you free. Spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, 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 spooky.
All right, so I got this part of the video from a lot of things. This part right here in the beginning, that's Canva, right? And then there's my deal. I got this deal. I did this mock booking from yesterday when I did the Royal Caribbean. This is it right here. Look how I positioned it. This is a big thing for you guys. Look how it's positioned. First of all, biggest thing that they're going to see when they look at it, no deposit required to reserve. That's the biggest thing I want them to see. I want them to reserve it right here with me right now. Don't pay nothing. Book with me and get a $50 onboard credit per cabin. I want to sell a lot of cabins. I don't want them to think to just book one. Okay. 9 nights in the Eastern Caribbean. Departure is Miami. I list the city or the countries that they're going to visit, the port. I put the departing date, no deposit required to reserve. I do put that the $500 is due November 7th. I also put the total per person. We don't ever want to list the total price. They're gonna think like, oh my God, so the total price is like 2,800. That's scary. But if I list it as 1,400 per person, that's not bad. It's a 9-day cruise, right? And then I also put on there based on double occupancy. So you see this picture right here? I totally took a little snipping tool and I Googled the Explorer of the Seas because that's the ship that they're going on. So I just Googled this picture right here. This is actually from Royal Caribbean's website. I just screenshotted it and I cut it out. And it had the book now and it has the rating. Huh? I don't understand how to post on TikTok. I was thinking about making a whole training on how to post on TikTok. What do you guys think about that? That'd probably do it all good, huh? Because I love me some TikTok, but I have to do it from my phone. Like I do all my my you can when you guys are posting on TikTok, I tell you you can't do what you want to do on the computer. You have to do it from your phone. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. No, it does not infringe on copyrights. No, absolutely not. Because if it's Disney, then yeah, be careful with Disney. But Royal Caribbean, they don't care what we use. They want us to sell that. It has no, you're good, girl. Don't worry. Plus, what's the chances of them going to see this one little picture right here? They don't even know what that is. It's just a picture of the ship. That's all. So don't worry about infringement. Now, I will tell you when I get through. Hold on. How do I go away? Okay, stop. Now, this part right here, does anybody recognize this video? Does anybody know where this video comes from? That's Evolution Archer. I have it right here. Archer Evolution Royal Caribbean. This is that free marketing video that we were able to download. You guys remember that? So I took that same video. I've shared this video twice now. The first time I shared the whole video. The second time I just cut it and I made it to where it was about exploring. So it literally says this is for the explorer, and the ship is actually called Explorer of the Seas. So then I made it all about what they're going to do because they go to weird countries here. So this is what they're doing. So I sold them on that. And then I just came back in here and posted the deal one more time so they can see it. Boom. Okay, I got you. Um, I can show you how to do that too. So at the end right here, you guys always, at the end, you guys always want to close it out like this. Okay. I always put some kind of weird video here. Like this is cruising, so I put them on like a ship, even though that's not a cruise. But then always want to start planning your next trip, put your phone number, your website, even if you have an Evo website, and then your hashtag, or not your hashtag, your at sign. Make sure your ats are all the same. If you type in at travel with Ash 22, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything pops up on it. So that's very, very important. Okay. So you'll see it only has 3 likes. People don't like videos, so don't think that they're not seeing it. Okay. But on my TikTok, one thing that really helps me get leads, and you can't see it on here because we're on like the part where it's like on the website, but on their phone, when they're watching this, I also always put my location, like just Texas, because I want them to know where I'm located. But when it pops up on your phone, guys, TikTok for business allows you to get leads. So you can't see it in here. I don't know why, but is it up here? No, no, I don't have it. Come back to me. Ah, let's see if I can see it here. No, I think it's because we're on the computer, but on their phone, when they're watching this video, the first thing that it shows is going to say get leads. So for them, it'll say book, get a quote, and I can direct them straight to my quote page from here. That's something that TikTok business does. So as soon as you sign up for a business account and they approve you, you can actually get leads straight from your TikTok videos. I really, really like that feature. So I always just check it. It says get leads. Like that's why I had to do the TikTok training from my phone because that's the only way I'll be able to do that. All right. So let me show you. Look, remember that video I showed you? Look how bad this video did. Made me so mad. But that's the point of this is that you guys have to understand it's a hit or miss with social media. It also depends on what time you guys post. Sometimes I Google what's the best time to post on TikTok. For me, Tuesday nights do amazing. So I always try to do at least Tuesday nights. As you can see, this was Tuesday night. Look at that. Look at that. Tuesday night's hot, right? But let's take a look to, let me open this one more time. I want to show you guys one, you can see the viral music, right? That's very important. And then look at the hashtags, okay? I put a lot of hashtags in there. TikTok is really good about hashtags, but Facebook, it don't matter how many hashtags in there. If it's not the right hashtag, it doesn't make a difference. The right hashtag though on Facebook can make you a whole big difference. So sometimes on Facebook I'll get like 100 views, and then the other times on Facebook I'll get 500, 600 if I put the right hashtag. So you have to play around with your hashtags and kind of figure out what works. Okay. But there's the one that I do that helped a lot. I said, let me show you what kind of trips I can plan for you. But I make these videos go very fast because these people don't really watch them. Well, like I got 19 likes on that one. But people don't like to sit and watch something for a long time. They want to scroll. So I try to do something simple. This is all Canva, guys. I just put a bunch of videos in Canva together. That was it. Takes me about 10, 15 minutes, okay? Your next vacay awaits. Here's the whatchamacallit. Remember I told you guys about the carousel? This is a carousel post. And I put music behind it. And you can do this on your phone. You just upload 3 photos. There's the itinerary. Boom, boom, just like that. Am I saying Canbook? No, I'm saying Canva. Are you talking about Canva? Is that what you're talking about? I'm saying Canva, not Canbook. All right. So enough about that, you guys. Yeah, Canva. That's what I'm saying. What do you use for a booking page? Oh, no, I'm saying Canva. Um, Canva, like Canva. What do you use for a booking page? What do you mean? Do you mean like a quote form? And now let me show, somebody keeps asking about these YouTube videos for Archer. I got you. Let me show you this real quick. So you guys, to get the free marketing videos and to download them, go to YouTube, Evolution Travel Cafe, right? And then you go down, oh, sorry, Evolution Travel Cafe. And then you come right here where it says free marketing videos. Click on that, right? And then let's just pick one. Oof. All right, Costa Rica. Yeah. All right, you see this part where it says free download here? You have to open this. Download the video here, and then it will pull up a page like this. And then you just download it to your computer. And then when you download it, you save it to whatever, and then you upload it to Canva. That's how you do it. Oh, so what? So, okay. So you said TikTok will direct people to your booking page. Is that just your forms? So I have my own website. So what I do for me is it's just travelwithash.net, right? But I actually went in there and put my quote part. So this is where I put in there like the slash quote, and that's my contact, my Google form. So if you guys have a Google form with the link, you can just put that Google form in there and it will send them straight to the Google form. It doesn't have to be Evo Travel Agent. It doesn't have to be, if you have Jotform, Jotform is very popular. I like Google Forms better than Jotform, but Jotform works just as great. And you guys can direct them. Just paste your Jotform link in there. You don't have to have a website to paste it to. So on the TikTok part, if you guys ever go to my TikTok on your phone, you'll see it. It'll say get quote, and then it will send you straight to it. They also have a lead form on there too, guys. So they can actually, if you don't want to send them to a page, they can answer the questions on the lead form inside TikTok, and it'll send you a message. So you have 2 options for that. Okay. But for that specific post, I sent them straight there so they can book this. Yeah. Okay. And then, so I showed you, Shamika, you're good on the YouTube, yes? You guys understand? All you have to do is download it like this. I use all of these videos. This is the one I really want, but it doesn't have a link, so it makes me sad. But I even use the ones for travel agents. But if I'm team building, I'll use it for that too. The benefits of being an Evolution travel agent. I mean, they have all of these kind of free marketing videos. They do one every week for us. So you guys use them, okay? Don't be a stickler and be like, oh, well, it's got Evolution and Archer on it. So what? That's who we are. That's our host agency. Like, they're not going to go book with Archer. They're not going to just see that small logo and go book with them. No, they're booking with us, right? So, right? So I use these videos all the time. I'll cut them, crop them, whatever. I don't care. I downloaded it. It's free. Let's go. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you my Facebook guys real quick because I want to make sure you guys get the idea. I want to show you, how I do my content planning. Okay. This is my personal Facebook. Hold on. All right. Social media, travel with that. Yeah. So Let's go in here. Let's go into the Meta Business Suite. Meta Business Suite can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. So you make sure you take time to understand it, okay? This is my content I have planned out. You'll see mine goes to Facebook and Instagram because I set it to the same thing, okay? I have a lot of postings. You see this? This week, your Facebook followers are most active at this time, at 6 p.m. So they're most active today at 6 p.m. So you best believe, actually, I'm making a promo video for today because it's a new month. So you best believe that I'm gonna be having that, right? I'm gonna have this open right here and schedule something at 6 p.m. So I really like that they tell me that. They also told me this for Friday for Instagram at 1:13. Look at this video. Is it gonna post? This video is hilarious. I made this the other day on Canva. Oh, it says when you book without travel insurance and your plans have to change. And then it's that girl screaming. So something like that is hilarious. They love that stuff. So I made sure, since that's going to be at 1 o'clock, I made sure I posted that, right? So something like that, guys, is how I get it done. I do the planning. I do all of this. I planned all of this a while back, but that doesn't mean that, you have to plan that far out or that you have to post that much. I just get really excited about marketing, so I'll be posting a lot. Okay. It helps me get clients. I do have influx of clients. And it also helps me be consistent. And it's kind of like one of the favorite parts of my job. To give you guys an idea of a caption with the post, let me go to Instagram real quick because those are kind of hard to see on here. Where are you getting your giveaways from your incentives? I get vouchers from my platinum. So when I do my giveaways, like the 8-day 7 resorts, but if your platinums don't give out vouchers, I'm going to give you a website where you can get a free voucher from. Okay. It's actually called Marketing Boost. You guys can actually get a free voucher from here and use it for your giveaway. If you want another voucher, just make another email. Okay. So their vouchers are actually really cheap. They're only 37 per month. That's not bad. But start a 7-day trial. They don't require a credit card. You get a voucher when you get this trial. Use that for your giveaway. Okay. That's what I do when my agents, if they don't like our vouchers that we have, or if they want something different, Marketing Boost will give you a free voucher that you can use. Right? Oh yeah. Hey Brandon. I've seen you so many times. Hey Brandon. That's cool. Thank you for attending, Brandon. I appreciate you. All right. So Marketing Boost is good for that. Okay. And then real quick, I'm almost done. I know this is a big training, guys, because social media is so important. But let's just take a look at the caption real quick so I can give you guys an idea. Okay. Um, Black Friday is coming up. So staring down those Black Friday travel deals, wondering if you'll take the leap and book. I've been training travel for 2 years. Not true, but they don't need to know that. Almost 2 years. And I've seen it all, the good, the bad, and the too good to be true. Black Friday can definitely mean some savings are great savings, but it's not all one size fits all solution. Okay. So let's break it down. This is something that they can read, but let me tell you guys, on Instagram, people like to read stuff like this. I don't know why, but they do. The fine print, personalization matters, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Okay. Put in the hashtags at the bottom. Something like that works great. So you can see though, like, look at this. Look how many followers I have on here. I have over 5,000 followers on Instagram. It was so easy to grow on Instagram. And some of them are bots. Not all of them are real profiles because we know how Instagram works, right? But that doesn't mean that they're going to like your stuff. I realized that the hard way. I think it's goofy how they do this, but that's just kind of how life works, right? So I share everything that I can on Instagram and Facebook, and then whatever I want to carry over to TikTok, I do as well. So those are my 3 platforms that I post that work out very, very well for me. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and give me 1 second. I'm gonna close out this recording. And then if you guys have any more questions, I'll answer them. But let me go ahead real quick. So guys, if you are watching this recording, you're gonna be at that part now where they're gonna be suggesting another video for you. That is YouTube suggestion on what video you should watch next. So if you guys are interested, make sure you click on that. And if you are watching this video and you appreciated the content that I shared today, please make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe so you guys can get more trainings. And thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and